Hello, welcome back to the Wrestling Channel, where today we're going to be looking at how much it costs to get to WrestleMania from the UK. Now, please bear in mind that this isn't an exact cost, this is a rough sort of costing, and also it will be different based on different experiences. This is going to be everything included and everything we got up to. Some people will be able to do it on more of a budget, some people will be able to do it more on a premium. This was just sort of our middle of the road. And do remember as well, some of these are double ups, like this one, the flight for example, £2,400. Now, I'm going to include everything as part of this £2,400. That's the flight, it's the extra baggage in case we wanted to get any merchandise, it's the car parking at the airport as well, which obviously runs up quite a bit. I think that's about £147 by itself. So everything included in the flight to get us from one place to the other, £2,400 is what I'm going to budget for that, which kind of is a good starting point, and that, remember, is for two people. When we move into transportation, this is things that get us around the city in Las Vegas. We did get Ubers at times. We got some, which wasn't too bad. I thought it'd be more expensive, but we also did manage to get hold of some tickets as well for the monorail, which was sort of week-long passes. The longer you get the monorail ticket for, the more discount you get. So again, this was a good thing to get around when we didn't have sort of time restrictions or places to be. I would say all in all, for transportation, that includes the monorail and Ubers getting us around the city, it wasn't too bad at all. I'd say around about 150 in total, and that's for all the bits included. And like I say, we got Ubers to and from the airport, we got an Uber down to the stadium, we got one to a retro toy shop and a card shop. So overall, I think that is very, very good, especially considering people consider Vegas to be a very expensive place when getting public transportation. One thing I knew I wanted to do since going to WrestleMania 40 last year was go to WWE World again. I've got to say, I was slightly disappointed with WWE World this year. I don't think it fully represented the value it did last year. However, you do get to see some matches from stars of NXT. There's little exhibitions and different bits that you can go and see, like that John Cena shirts. There's little shows and podcasts and things going on. Thought this was cool because I'm quite a fan of Matt Cardona due to the figure collecting, but also the memorabilia I'm going to include in this section, because WWE World hosts the largest shop, and not only there, we went down to Allegiant Stadium to have a look at the stock that they had. If I could go back there, honestly, I would buy more right now. There was so much stuff. I love the mini belts, I love the championships, I love the signed memorabilia. I probably was a bit conservative on this. Normally I'd go a little bit more extreme, I think, and should I go back, I'll do it so again. And there you see just a couple of the boxes of which we got on that trip. I would say around about 1,000 was spent on sort of memorabilia. That's from mini belts, programs, cards, t-shirts, posters, all that side of thing, plus the entry to get in. So I'd say about 1,160 for WWE World and memorabilia. Hall of Fame on the Friday night, this was a must for me. After watching wrestling for so long, to see so many legends in one place, it was an absolute privilege. Not only that, to get to see Stone Cold Steve Austin, probably the only wrestler up until now I've not actually seen, alongside one of my favourites, Bret Hart, Triple H induction, Lex Luger induction, The Undertaker was there. There was loads of really good sort of moments on the night, so really happy we went to the Hall of Fame. That cost us about £120 a ticket, with all fees included, because these events have hikes in fees, so we can add another 240 on for that. But this is where I'd say we got the biggest rip off of the whole trip. So we had me, my son and Zach. I bought 3 waters and 1 pack of M&Ms for my son. $35 for 3 waters and an M&Ms. That's probably the most I've ever spent for water. Now, I won't include the waters in that section. I'm going to do it in this section. Food, drink, beverages. Now, this, I mean, Mountain Dew for me is the absolute gold standard, so I absolutely nailed that. We didn't eat cheap. We went to Ramsay's for burgers, we went to steakhouses. You know, you could have done this on a much bigger budget. We decided not to. We just thought we'll just get what we want. We'll have steaks, we'll have chicken, we'll have whatever we fancy. We'll just get it. You're in Vegas, you're only there once, or maybe not, we might go back, but certainly for WrestleMania. So we just got what we wanted. Probably overspent a little bit on food. Probably done about £1,000, I would say, in total on food for like 4 and a bit days, 5 days. So maybe a little much there, but on the same aspect, that's where we're probably, like I say, middle of the road. We didn't go budget, we didn't go premium, we just sort of went middle of the road. So about 1,000 there for food. The food is quite expensive in Vegas. Not only that though, entertainment. You have to look at other activities to do, don't you? And we went around to some of the casinos, some of the theme parks. We went to the Titanic Museum. We went to arcades. We had a bit of golf at the driving range. We did all sorts of things. A big piece, something I really wanted to see. Now, I would say we actually came up quite conservative in regards to activities. Part of that because, as I say, we're so engrossed with the WrestleMania and the activities there, and the amount of times we were spending eating as well, and the amount of free activities there are to do in Vegas as well. It gets a bad rep in regards to the cost, but there's so many free activities and there's so many places that just want you to come in and want you involved in that, so there are a lot of activities to do. I'd probably say about another 800 on top for the alternate entertainments. Of course, we need somewhere to stay, and we quite looked out. We got this nice suite, separate bedroom, nice big apartment, big tellies, kitchen, there's me, hello, kitchen, dining table, lovely apartment sort of place. We got to our hotel, and when we got there, despite the fact we booked it and paid for it a long time ago, wasn't there. They said they'd sold out, there's no rooms available. Now, I think what's probably happened is we booked it so early that we got a good deal on the place, and they've probably gone, actually, we could sell this room for a lot more, we'll just cause it to be someone else's problem. Look at the size of that bath, you could literally swim in there. So we got to the hotel. We weren't the only ones as well. Other people that had booked it well in advance turned up, and the hotel was like, no, sorry, you're not booked, we sold all the rooms, there's nothing here. Luckily, I booked it with a booking agent, so I used hotels.com, as I always would. Highly recommended, guys. They're great when you're loyal to them, and you get like a direct person to go through. I also use Top Cashback as well, so I use Top Cashback, so I get like 10% back on it. Not only that, you also run up some benefits as well by using it, so you end up saving about 15% on your hotels in a year. I'll put a link in the description down below if you want to go check that out. Very, very good travel tip there for anyone who travels a lot. So they dealt with it. They upgraded us to this suite. So we looked out a little bit there, only about £500, but we ended up with a lovely suite in an apartment there. So big thumbs up for that one. And of course, you can't forget good old WrestleMania itself, coming in at £2,600 for 2 tickets. That includes all fees and everything for both nights. Gives us quite a hefty total. But the question is, would I do it again? Absolutely. I'm looking at going to SummerSlam, so I'll be making similar content to this, what it costs to go from the UK, what it's like. Video diary from WrestleMania still to come on this channel, so if you do want to see that and you want to see the SummerSlam videos as well, do make sure you hit that subscribe. We've also got lots of videos coming soon. Austin Aries, Rob Van Dam going to be appearing on the channel very soon, so a couple of bits as well. But that is the cost of WrestleMania. Let me know, would you do that? Is that good value? For me, I had the time of my life. Certainly something I'm never going to forget. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hit the like. Catch you soon.